Alrighty. Hello there, everyone. Ooh, there we go. Alright, so what is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to a brand new stream. Today, we're going to be grinding Anime Reborn to see if I can get the new Gohan. I believe you need maybe 60 capsules to get maybe one mythical if you're lucky, as like a small pity, maybe more. I'm not sure. So today's going to be a long night. But hey, let's see how it goes. Um, okay, at least it's loading properly. Do, do, do. Yep. Sweet. Can't really see what's on his rook here. All right. This one should be pretty chill. Should be pretty chill. All right. So let's drop him. Drop Genos. Ooh. Okay. Let's give them more shield. Alrighty. So let's drop 1, 2, 3. Right. He's back here. All right. Then let's drop the other Goku here. All right. Let's farm. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So I'm good for now. Let me set up my music in the background. Hope it's not gonna be too loud. Yep, that's loud. All right, there we go. Hope the music isn't overpowering me and everything. And I sound good. I haven't checked that yet. Close this down. Keep this open. All right, gotta fix up my tape now. Alright, great. Alright, great. Got all of that cleaned up. More damage, please. Yes, more damage. Please, select more damage. I wish it gave me more. I think that's what it is. So, why is this coconut nice? Okay, you know what's next. Where's Jenna's? Yeah, it's Jenna's mix. There's some Jenna's. Get this Jenna's here. Right. Here comes the other one. Boom, boom. Alright, let's hope I beat him. Once again, tonight's gonna be a long. Okay. Alright. What is this one? Oh, this one's more common. Yeah, I like this one. It's more common. Alright. It's now or never. It's down or never, let's be honest. If we die now, we're done. We're cooked. Oh boy, we might be cooked. We might be cooked. He's almost out of range. He's out of range for this one now. Okay, sell, 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 sell. Alright, let's go Kusila on him. Drop, drop, drop. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So. Okay, here we go. We can beat him now. We win. Come on, come on, come on. What just happened? He did a whole EMP blast on us. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh boy. He's out of range. Yeah, he's out of range. We might be cooked. Come on. He can't be joking with me. Are we honestly cooked? Ah, we might have lost. Oh, he's almost done for the count though. Where's my teammate? He left? Oh my god, my teammate left. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh no, that's it. Remember GG. That sucks, my teammate just quit. Damn, we were so close too. This really sucks. We're so close. Man, that really sucks. We're almost there too. Man, that sucks. Yep, we lost. Yep, we lost. At least I got 1,000 tickets. But that still sucks though, I still lost. Maybe if he was there with me, I wouldn't have lost. I don't know why he quit at the end. That really sucks. Oh, no any character banner yet. Anybody going in? Yup. Oh, they already left. That's one thing I hope I don't become whenever, new players want to ask for help. I hope I'll be there to, say sure. Okay, that's just 4. But let's see what I can get. Okay, so at least I got the boss guy. So we're going up there in PD, I guess. This is an empty server. All right. Here comes another one. What is that? Oh, this guy he must have a lot. Yeah, he was AFK farming. This guy is an AFK farmer. Yep. He's gonna go in. Coming in? Nope. Huh. I like the fit. So, what kind of trade would this even be? Oh, okay, I see. Not bad. Is he going in? Going in? Going in? What's up? We're going in? What's up? Y'all look like you don't know where you're going. We go here? Okay. We got one. Don't know where the other one going. Okay, that's so dumb what he did. Did he leave? Okay. If you want to go solo, go solo. Hop in. We're gonna leave. Hop in. Okay. I don't know why they don't hop in. Like whenever I see opportunity like that, I immediately try to take it. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna get opportunity like that again. Maybe you will, but I honestly I hate this boss. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So okay, so he's farming as well. This isn't good. This is not good. Shucks. I can't drop Genos yet. Maybe a black. Now I have to drop Coco. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Drop, drop, drop. Is this Broly evolved? Yep, it's evolved. Sweet. Alright, back to farming. Alright, let's push up. I hope I made the right choice with the health thing. It'd be so cool if I could get a Gohan from this. It would be really cool. Because the last person who I played with got a Gohan while I was with him. I never got to see the Gohan though. But maybe if I buck up into him again, I might. Maybe. Just maybe. 20. Right. What wave we're in? Wave 11. Yep. Should have evolved. Goku. No, not evolved. Should have left Golf go up more. He had to drop his Broly back here. That's not enough. Ah, did I choke? I got distracted. Oh my god, did I choke? I think I might have choked. Looking up with Goku. I'll put him here. And the game doesn't give you enough money to do this, man. It's so dumb. You have to drop his Broly to handle this. And the range is not even enough. Oh my god, it sucks. Alright, let's go back up. Alright, let's start with Whitebeard. Boom, boom, boom. You know, screw it. We'll run eventually get upgrade, I guess. 2. And here comes the lag. This lag is so bad. Sweet. Alright. 3, 4. Perfect. Maybe this time I'll get... Maybe this time I'll be the boss. Maybe. Just maybe. Health, more shield, okay. Oh yeah, because he said that Broly stacks, and since he's evolved, we might win. Look at that, we might win. I really want to evolve my characters though. They say Goku's the easiest to evolve, then Whitebeard maybe. I gotta learn how to macro in this game. I'm at a level 170 level player, and this man said I just macroed the entire time. I'm like, sheesh. If he doesn't reply, then he might not retry. But if he does, great. Alright, here comes Delta 2. So I'm telling you, man, like, it's wave 20, and they're still art max. This is crazy. More shield. More shield, alright. Alright, Goku's max, so let's put Genos back here and just max him out. Bruh, not enough money. Of course not enough money. Oh, come on. Yes, they're maxed. I promise they're maxed. Not enough to. Okay, you know what? I'll just sell them. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. Just die already. It sucks, honestly. It really, really, really sucks. How his bigger form just You just don't do enough damage. Anyway, does he want to retry? Nope, he left. So we're going back to the lobby. Womp. Womp womp. Alright. Alright, no, that's raids. Where's adventure? It's over here. It's 2 o'clock now. Is there anything in the banner? There's a brawly. Yo, there's a brawly. I can get a brawly. Let's go. Hold on. Is that a shiny? Is this cell thing broken? Yeah. Oh, it's a shiny Zoro. That's why I got it. They kept it. You gotta be joking with me. They still not giving the Broly? Oh, come on. Just give me the Broly. Come on, you guys are being stingy now. You guys are being really stingy. Give me the Broly, man. Come on, that's so stingy. Seriously? You gotta be joking with me. Really? Oh, I swear, my luck is not here. It's not here today. Another Bruce Lee. Dang. Oh, that sucks. Right. My last 500 put my last temple. And nothing. This game is so stingy, man. Look at this. I don't even want a Broly no more, man. I don't want Broly no more. Man, I don't even want a Broly no more. There's no point in taking off any traits. And I don't have enough to level anyone up or evil anyone. Let me see. Big fruit. I need that much water stone. We can't. Oh, we can teleport adventure. Okay. There's no one here. Okay, let me check if they have a Discord. If their Discord server. No, they don't. Why don't they have any of that? That's so annoying. Oh, they do. Sweet, they do. Okay. I was wondering when they were gonna have something like this. Well, at least they do for the event, so that's nice. Oh, right. I remember. My thing's broken. It won't let me auto join. What the? Okay. What could be the reason why that's happening? No, like seriously, what could be the reason? Because now I can't join private service for a reason. Hmm. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. I can't join pirate servers. Dang, I can't join pirate servers at all. Am I banned? No, I doubt I'm banned. Okay. It won't let me in. It won't let me join any server. No, that really sucks. Can't join pirate servers. It won't let me. It won't let me join. Wait, what? Oh my god, so that means I can't. Oh my god, this is a mess. I can't join private servers. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check why that is. This is a mess. So in the meantime, let me. Where is it? Boom.
On New Year's Eve 2018, just
What is
after
over
11
here?
p.m., a terrifying 911 call was received by the St. Joseph Police Department.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I need help. I need help. My husband was shot. I need help.
Okay, stay on the line with me. Ma'am, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath from me, okay? How many shots did you hear, ma'am? Ma'am? Hello?
Alright, I'll be right back. I know this sounds harsh, sounds brutal, but I'm gonna
Following
go
this
check out the
call,
reason
first
why.
responders were dispatched to 2086 Colfax
That is
Avenue.
ridiculous.
When Officer Jay Peppers arrived on the scene, the paramedics were already tending to the victim, 23-year-old
Roblox won't let me
Tyrone
join.
Hassel
I can't
III.
join
His
pirate
wife,
servers.
Kamaya Hassel, was clearly distraught. Tyrone was still breathing, but his condition was critical. His body was covered in blood due to 2 gunshot wounds to the head, one in his neck and one in his shoulder. Kamaya was crying hysterically as she attempted to get into the ambulance with Tyrone.
Hey, back up! Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, no. Do you have any idea what? Come on, with me. Yep, I know.
As paramedics worked quickly to save Tyrone, Kamaya called his father and informed him of what had happened. Within minutes, his father and grandmother arrived on the scene.
How the hell he get shot? You know who he is?
Son, this Tyrone Hassel III. Hey, bud, I know this is messed up. We got to get you guys out of here so we can secure this scene, okay? We got to collect some evidence and find out what the hell's going on here, okay? But we got to get you out here a second, okay? We'll talk to you in a minute. Do you live here, bud?
I live here.
Okay, what's your name?
My grandson is probably in there by himself.
Okay, I'll go take care of that for you if he is.
He's
we'll get
one.
you in. Okay, we'll get you in there, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Now with the family nearby, officers spoke with them to better assess the situation.
Do you have any idea what happened here?
No, he just brought us something to eat.
Okay.
We were sitting on the couch eating, and then I just heard gunshots.
Okay.
And I ran to put my son in the room, and I came outside, and he was laying on the cart.
Okay, how many gunshots did you hear?
I don't know. I just heard a lot.
Do you have any idea how this happened?
I'm not sure.
I mean, this is serious, okay? I don't know what his condition is, but it does not look good, okay? So, if you know something,
I don't think he was beefing with anybody.
now's the time.
According to Kamaya, Tyrone and his family were at a friend's house about 2 miles away to celebrate the new year. She stayed home to look after their 1-year-old son, who they nicknamed Chunk. Just before 11 p.m., Tyrone momentarily left the party. He drove home in his black Dodge pickup truck to drop off some food for Kamaya and Chunk. He only stayed for a few minutes, and as he exited the residence, Kamaya heard multiple gunshots. She quickly picked up Chunk and ran into the bedroom until the gunshots stopped. She cautiously looked out the front door, only to see Tyrone lying motionless beside his truck. She immediately dialed 911. After getting Chunk out of the house and securing the scene, officers continued to speak with the family to learn more about Tyrone's background.
That's my oldest son, and I've been so proud of him. He went to college on honors. He left college and went and joined the army. Yeah, he's active military right now, right? He's active military. So.
In 2015, Tyrone joined the United States Army where he met his wife Kamaya. From February to October of 2018, Tyrone and Kamaya were deployed to South Korea. For the 2 months leading up to the shooting, they were stationed at Fort Stewart in Georgia, but had gone home to spend the Christmas holidays with their family.
My son don't have no file, anything. He don't have a record. He told me a long time ago, Daddy, if I go to jail, somebody frame me. My son walked a straight line his entire life.
You guys know if he has any issues with anybody?
He in the army. He just came here for vacation. So he's just on leave and
Is he originally from here?
Yeah. But he's been gone for years. Somebody came from over there. They had to come because you can't even get in this house from over here.
Different theories were being tossed around as the police spoke with the family and neighbors. One theory was that this was simply a celebration gone wrong. According to reports, some residents of St. Joseph Township would ring in the new year by firing gunshots into the air. Could some of those bullets have hit Tyrone? Tyrone's father had a different opinion. He had a feeling that this was an attempted murder, and that his son's friend, Darius Carter, may have been the shooter. Apparently, Tyrone's half-brother Benny recently stole Darius's phone, so the theory was that Darius meant to kill Benny, but mistakenly killed Tyrone instead.
More than likely, Benny was probably the target. He just happened to step out at the wrong damn time. If I had to guess, that's what my theory on this whole thing is.
Another theory was that this was simply a robbery turned deadly.
This may be a robbery, dude. We need to know if he had money. We need to know if...
Somebody had to be laying in wait for his ass.
This was also questionable since Tyrone's truck and the valuables inside were untouched, despite the fact that his keys were lying right next to him.
You got anything in here?
And then a black duffel bag.
Shell casings were scattered around the crime scene, and the truck and fence were littered with bullet holes.
So whatever happened right here, huh?
There's one, two, three. You got two right here. Okay. I think I saw 5 just by the truck alone.
There's also a bullet hole in the fence to the left.
Okay. Whoever shot him was either laying in wait or walked up on him because they shot him right up next to his truck right outside the door. It was a point-blank shot, I'm sure.
Somebody knows something.
All of the evidence was collected and sent to the state crime lab. Tyrone was rushed to Lakeland Hospital for further treatment.
He's at the hospital right now, and Tyrone, everybody's up there. I'm gonna be honest, it does not look good.
Oh no!
Tyrone's stepmother LaShonda worked at the same hospital that he was being transported to. She saw him being rushed into the operating room, clinging to life. But it was too late. Moments later, Tyrone Hassel III was pronounced dead. 10 hours later, on January 1st, 2019, police had a formal interview with Tyrone's father.
I think I know who did this to me, so.
He doubled down on his belief that Darius Carter had intended to kill Benny, but mistakenly killed Tyrone instead.
So you think Benny was the target? Yeah. I'll be honest with you, that's what we're thinking. I mean, that's, your son ain't got no beef with nobody. There ain't no reason for anybody here to be after him.
To follow up on this lead, police also interviewed Darius, but it quickly became clear that this theory was unlikely. Darius had an alibi. He was confirmed to be out of town at a New Year's Eve party on the night of the shooting. With that theory debunked, law enforcement continued their investigation by bringing a police canine to the crime scene. This canine detected a scent behind a shed in the backyard. Officers also noticed footprints, which they followed to the driveway of a vacant house for sale. The investigators deduced that whoever had shot Tyrone may have parked their getaway vehicle in this driveway. They canvassed the nearby area and eventually got a lead. An
Users'
elderly
accounts
couple
that are under
named Walter and Fern Nost told the police that they saw an unfamiliar car parked in the vacant driveway the night of the shooting.
Hey, Walt, how are you?
Ornery as ever.
Ornery as ever?
They saw the driver get out of the car, grab something from the back seat, and soon after, they heard multiple gunshots.
Because he was here, 2 or 3 days ago, and parked there.
The same way.
When they looked out the window just after midnight, the car was gone. After notifying the public of the shooting, multiple tips came in from local callers. Unfortunately, each tip only led to dead ends. That was until January 11th, when the St. Joseph Police Department received an anonymous phone call. The caller claimed to have important information regarding the shooting. Apparently, while Kamaya and Tyrone were stationed in Korea, Kamaya had an affair with another man.
Why do you think this happened the way you do?
Okay. I'll help you with that. They were all in Korea, and that's where it started. He and the girl had a relationship going on, and that the guy that died had said something to him, so they had words, and then he had threatened him. You know what I mean?
And what I think I heard you understand is this relationship started in Korea, and there was a words exchanged or a confrontation between the husband, Tyrone, and the killer there.
Right. I don't know if it's there or here.
Okay.
Oh, no. The only thing is that the funeral is tomorrow. You guys should look at the wife.
The man Kamaya allegedly had an affair with was a military truck driver, 24-year-old Jeremy Cuellar, nicknamed Quay. St. Joseph authorities immediately contacted the Army Criminal Investigations Division, urging other military personnel to reach out with information regarding Tyrone's death. One of Jeremy's close friends, Jaquan Hamilton, came forward with reason to believe that Jeremy was involved in the murder. He started by giving his first impression of Jeremy.
What can you tell me about Jeremy Cuellar?
Cuellar, yeah.
Tell me about him.
Man, it was cool. Met him right before we went to here.
Okay. Would y'all hang out regularly, things like that? Okay. So any relationships between any of those people in that group going on?
I mean, in Korea, I knew Quay asked for Miss Brown. Yeah, her husband called her.
Okay.
When Tyrone found out about the affair, it led to a heated confrontation between him, Jeremy, and Kamaya. Shortly after, Jeremy told Jaquan that Buddy had to go, and that he wanted to do it during the Christmas holidays. Jaquan believed that Kamaya and Jeremy planned to kill Tyrone together, and that the desire to go through with the plan was mutual. Jaquan wasn't the only one to come forward. Sergeant Tadarius Golston also spoke with investigators, claiming to have sold Jeremy a Ruger 9mm and a Glock 23 in mid-December of 2018.
He's not too savvy with guns, but he was like, hey man, do you know anybody that has a Glock 40? And I was like, do you want to buy this? And he's like, yeah, sure. Get the firearm. He asked me, he was like, so how do you use it? Bro, you're in the Army, you don't know how to use it. And then I sold it to him via Cash App. Something down to 400.
At this point in the investigation, Kamaya was staying with Tyrone's family. Later that night, Tyrone's father received a call from Detective Andrew Longuski. He was told that he needed to come down to the station immediately and to bring Kamaya with him. Upon arriving, detectives instantly took Kamaya to a separate room. They then told Tyrone's father to return home because they only needed to talk to Kamaya, and it was going to be a long night. Right off the bat, Kamaya denied having any knowledge about the murder that she hadn't already shared. Detective Longuski told her that they knew about the affair with Jeremy.
He just started working you? Did it start in Korea? Is that where everything started going? Because there's no doubt about it. This whole relationship's going.
In Korea, that's where it started. Like, we weren't sexual or anything, but we were really close.
But you are now.
We're really close.
You guys were probably sexual somewhere throughout all this. You have to be to have this kind of, for him to get this hold on you, he's had to break through sexually to you, I'm guessing, first.
Not even just sexually. I just was feeling so bad, like, with Ty. Like, nothing me not wanting to be with him, but just how I was being treated. I was just feeling so bad. And it's just like he was just there, like, listening and everything. Like, he listened, like, he listened to me, and I felt like with Ty, it was times where he wouldn't listen to me.
He suggested that Kamaya should take a polygraph test and give her side of the story before she winds up in trouble. She agreed to take the test and failed miserably on all fronts. When Detective Longuski confronted her with the results, he also lied to her, saying that they had already spoken with Jeremy and he was trying to pin the blame on her.
I believe there's a lot of things going on. I believe Jeremy's a manipulative person. You are not the one pulling the trigger. You need to get out front of this for your son, because you have a future. And I'm telling you, when they come and talk to me, I want to be able to say, hey, I gave her a test. Would she be involved with something? She's sorry that this occurred. Without a doubt you are, but don't let him put you underneath the bus, because that's where it's going right now. Because this isn't something you planned. This guy got into you. He got into your head. You guys are working together. He's playing you, and I don't mean it in a bad way. We all get played. We've all been in that situation because we have.
This was a major turning point in the interrogation. Kamaya opened up, providing a detailed account of the murder plot.
So, when we were in Korea, I can't really pinpoint exactly when it was. Me and I had this big argument, and then, I came back into the building. I was talking to Jeremy. I'm like, man, I don't really know anymore. Like, and he was like, I can handle that. And I was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, I can handle it. Like, I get that guy, I get it go.
According to Kamaya, they chose to carry out their plan during Christmas holidays because Jeremy would be in Chicago, about 100 miles away from St. Joseph, Michigan. They felt that this would be less suspicious than killing him while they were all together in Korea.
It was just planned in Korea. It to be done in Korea. It was just planned in Korea when we got back to the States.
Kamaya then said that she and Jeremy communicated through Snapchat. Apparently, Jeremy drove from Chicago to Michigan several times, looking for the best time to strike. In fact, he had actually driven to Michigan just days before New Year's Eve to monitor Tyrone's movements.
And then he was out there and he was watching the house the whole time. I told him that he was bringing us back from the States.
What surprised detectives about Kamaya's story was that she and Jeremy had started plotting Tyrone's murder only a few months after the two had met. Was this purely an act in the name of love, or was there more to their motive? Well, it turns out that if an active service member dies, the surviving spouse is entitled to an insurance payout of approximately $400,000.
Well, why would you just divorce him? Was it because he had some good money to start out for your kid? I mean, is the money part of it?
The money is part of it, yes.
Okay.
But main reason being is because I just felt like if I would have called it off, like Jeremy probably would have like been upset at the fact that I called it off, and I didn't want him like mad at me.
Okay, but you understand though, calling it off would have saved your husband's life. You could have divorced him. Was Ty a bad man?
Not bad enough for this. And honestly, that's just like my remorse. That's really how I feel.
I believe you do. I don't believe you do it today. But you know, you put your needs and your wants above somebody's life.
I did.
$400,000 is not what Ty is.
Yes, sir.
You felt it was before. Would you say that's a fair statement?
Yeah.
Would you say this is a 50-50 you guys were on this?
Yeah. Because I know all about it, and like I said, I probably could have stopped it, but the reason why I didn't, because I felt like he would, be mad at me or...
And not love you anymore?
Yeah. Because I just felt like I wasn't getting that love at home like I wanted to.
So, as far as now, are you sad that you planned this out with him?
Yeah, that's why, even though I wasn't being 100% truthful in the beginning, that's why I kept saying that.
Would you say you weren't 100% truthful? That's a kind of a major 100%. You were
saying that
25%. Would you agree that? I mean,
yeah.
That's huge. I mean, I almost think with these guys,
But that's why when I kept saying that, if with what I know now, if I could, I would go back and not do it. I wouldn't even talk to Jeremy at all, knowing that everything would have gone like this.
But Jeremy was going to go and you called him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get why you called him back. I mean, knowing now, what do you think should happen to you right now?
I don't know. Because myself, I feel just as guilty as him.
To wrap up, they had Kamaya sign a handwritten document as an admission of guilt. Following this interrogation, authorities moved quickly to arrest Jeremy Cuellar at his home. He was brought to the police station for questioning, but without hesitation, Jeremy requested an attorney.
Okay, so Jeremy, I'll ask you a few questions to make sure we're clear here. I went over all your legal rights with you. Do you understand those? And at this point in time, do you wish to have a lawyer?
The interview ended there, and Jeremy shut down any further communication with police. Fortunately for the detectives, he didn't make much of an attempt to cover his tracks. During a search of Jeremy's car and home, authorities discovered an abundance of evidence. In his black Chevrolet Impala, they found a 9mm bullet in the front seat, the same type of ammunition found at the crime scene. They also discovered 3 bullets in the back pocket of the driver's seat, and a 9mm magazine on the floor behind the passenger seat. Divorce papers for Jeremy and his wife were also in the vehicle, as well as a Walmart receipt for a handheld GPS device he had purchased in the Chicago area. In Jeremy's home, detectives found a Sprint mobile bag with evidence of a newly activated iPhone, temporary firearm registration paperwork, a Glock 23 semi-automatic pistol, and more 9mm ammunition. Despite all the 9mm ammo, authorities were not able to find a corresponding weapon. Jeremy's cell phone GPS data revealed that he had traveled to Michigan on 3 separate occasions leading up to Tyrone's murder, and was in the same area as Tyrone when the ambush took place. On January 12, 2019, Kamaya Hassel was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Jeremy Cuellar was charged with first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and conspiracy to commit murder. These lovebirds would have separate trials and were now facing the possibility of spending the rest of their lives in state prison.
New tonight, it's been the hardest 2 weeks of Tyrone Hassel Jr.'s life. His son, an Army sergeant, died on New Year's Eve in St. Joseph Township. Hassel Jr. laid his son to rest yesterday, but the information he's learned about how his son was killed still haunts him. He thinks his daughter-in-law is responsible. Sam Neff reports.
You know, it's kind of mixed feelings because we did get closure of landing the rest. I mean, but the closure we got was something totally unexpected.
Tyrone's family was devastated. Not only were they dealing with the loss of their son, but the idea of Kamaya being responsible for it was a hard pill to swallow. Her trial began on July 15, 2019. Despite the overwhelming amount of evidence stacked against Jeremy, authorities did not have substantial physical evidence against Kamaya. The prosecution's plan was to present Kamaya as the mastermind behind the plot to murder her husband, driven by love and greed. Attorney Pierangeli explained that Kamaya and Jeremy hoped to gain life insurance money and continue their relationship after Tyrone was dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today because the defendant, Kamaya Hassel, wasn't happy with her life and with her husband. And she devised a plan with her lover to have him murdered. Now, she could have divorced Sergeant Hassel, but that simply wouldn't work because a divorce wouldn't give her everything that she wanted. You'll hear all about this plan and that money was a part of it. And you're going to hear all of this out of her own mouth, in her own words, because she admitted to all of it. You will find that Army Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III was the victim of a planned killing conceived months before and carried out on New Year's Eve of 2018. The woman responsible for that killing is seated right there, the defendant.
Kamaya's defense would go on to vehemently deny the allegations against her. They suggested that Kamaya was a victim of Tyrone's domestic abuse and that she was manipulated by Jeremy to go along with the plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I am a little surprised to hear Mr. Pierangeli talk about Ms. Hassel as the mastermind behind this, because I think there's no question that Jeremy Cuellar is directly, no question about it, responsible for Tyrone Hassel's death. Jeremy Cuellar is a full-blown psychopath. This is Mr. Cuellar's plan. This is his idea. I hope that we can avoid another tragedy in finding the wrong person responsible.
Following the opening statements, Tyrone's father kicked things off with his testimony, giving a chilling recollection of the night his son died.
The paramedics was already there. I saw them trying to put my son on the gurney, I believe it's called, and when they lift him up, I saw my son, back of his head, explode out, and his eyes were open. I looked at him to see where all he was shot at, and I saw a hole right here, right under the ear. And the back of his head was just big.
Detective Longuski was also brought to the stand. During his cross-examination, defense attorney Kessel suggested that he coerced Kamaya to falsely confess to the murder of her husband.
You said you got to get out in front of it because Jeremy is going to throw you under the bus. Do you remember saying that?
I believe I did, yes.
You actually said that Jeremy was in custody at one point and that he was talking. Do you remember saying that?
Yes, I did.
You said Jeremy was a manipulator, correct?
I made that was a theme that I used, yes.
But it's fair to say that you're doing your own version of manipulating during this interview too. Is that right?
Well, I'm trying to make her feel comfortable and give her an option or a way to explain something that she may have been involved in, yes.
So yes is the answer to the question. You were also being a manipulator in this situation, correct?
I guess that's a fair statement, yes.
Longuski's partner, Sergeant Mike Lanier, also testified, saying that on January 2nd, 2019, just 2 days after the murder, there were multiple searches on how to delete Snapchat from Kamaya's phone.
Did you do a search for a Snapchat application?
Yes.
Was there any Snapchat application on her phone?
No.
Can you explain based on People 77 to the jury exactly what you found?
Well, up here in this little top part, you can search things. You just type in whatever you want. I type in Snapchat or anything else in Snapchat. Things come up. It starts finding the word Snapchat, which included these titles here in the middle, which the very center one here says delete account, Snapchat. Then there's delete my account, Snapchat support, just a multitude of things with Snapchat.
Okay. And what is the very initial search?
The first one on that screen happens to be active duty soldier killed on New Year's Eve.
He was able to find proof of the conversations between Kamaya and Jeremy. However, since she had already successfully deleted her Snapchat account, it was impossible to see the actual messages between the two. On trial day 3, prosecutors dropped a bombshell on the defense that would shock the courtroom. On the day that Kamaya was taken into custody, she made a phone call to her mother from jail. Little did she know this conversation was being recorded.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Hey, Mama.
What's going on, Kamaya?
I'm in the jail
Why are you in jail?
because I knew what was going on with Tyrone.
You what?
I knew what was happening. We planned it.
Kamaya, are you serious? You gotta be kidding.
I'm serious, Mama. I just knew that you would be disappointed.
Girl, you 22 years old, and these people talking about something you was living a double life and you done had your husband killed, the father of your child. Kamaya, is somebody coercing you to say this stuff? Because this crap, it sounds like a TV show, a dream. I don't know if it's a calculated, conscious, heinous decision, an evil, demonic decision. You weren't raised like that.
A second confession. Needless to say, the prosecution hit the jackpot and used Kamaya's recorded phone call to their advantage during their closing argument.
Surely, she was not giving a false confession to her mother when she said, "We planned it." Other statements she gave to her mother when her mother asked, "Did he just come up here and do it? Did he just come up here and kill Ty, or did you tell him to do it?" And she responded, "We planned it." She never pulled that trigger. But didn't she really? She planned with Jeremy Cuellar to do it. That's evident over and over and over again. She is just as responsible as Jeremy Cuellar. She needs to be held accountable. She assisted in this crime. She gave aid. She gave counsel. She procured it. She abetted it to encourage it. All the evidence shows that. And she conspired with him to do it. That Sergeant Hassel could be here today. If it wasn't for this defendant.
They asserted that Kamaya had the means, motive, and opportunity to commit this crime, and that their actions were premeditated and deliberate. On the other hand, the defense argued that despite Kamaya planning Tyrone's murder, she didn't think that Jeremy would actually follow through with it.
She told Detective Longuski she didn't think it would happen. Just like Specialist Hamilton said, "I didn't think it would happen." Simply because Kamaya Hassel knew of the details does not prove that she was involved, that the statement that she made implicating herself was the result of a long stay in police custody, followed by repeated denials, followed by manipulation. Again, Detective Longuski's agreed upon word. Manipulation. It was only then that she began giving details, parroting him, as I read to you. Those are the only reasons that she made those statements, ladies and gentlemen. And without those statements, the prosecution has no case against Kamaya Hassel.
On July 18th, 2019, after a 4-day trial, the jury had come to a decision and the verdict was presented to the court.
Matt, I'm going to ask, sir, if you would please read in count 1 your verdict.
Guilty of first degree premeditated murder as aider or abettor.
Thank you. And as to count 2.
Guilty of conspiracy to commit first degree premeditated murder.
All right, thank you.
Kamaya's sentencing took place about a month later, on August 29th, 2019.
New at 11 tonight, the wife of a Fort Stewart soldier has been sentenced to life in prison without parole for his murder. 22-year-old Camille Hassel learned her punishment today in Berrien County. Last month, a jury found her guilty of the January killing of Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. He was shot to death while visiting family in Michigan.
The following month, on September 23rd, 2019, Jeremy Cuellar pled guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to a minimum of 65 years in prison. He will be eligible for parole at the ripe age of 90.
Jeremy Cuellar was emotional at his sentencing today as the victim's mother addressed the court. LaShonda Jones told the court that she plays videos just to listen to her son's voice and told Cuellar he does not deserve to walk the earth. Cuellar burst into tears.
I apologize to the family again. Sincerely. I was a fool for just taking her words and not really looking to see who he was. It was stupid. And that's not me at all. You know, I was raised right. I just had issues with my own demons. I know we all do.
But when she was telling me, I told her I opened up to her, and she played on it. I shouldn't have, opened up to her. I was a fool for trusting her.
Following Jeremy's conviction, he requested a video call from prison with Tyrone's father. To many's surprise, he accepted the invitation.
Oh, this is Mr. Hassel Jr.?
Yeah,
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. Under the circumstances.
Honestly, I'm very sorry. I know that is not even enough, regardless of the fact I deprived Chunk of his father and his mother, regardless of how his mother, period. At the end of the day, I'm the reason, So it's like, I just couldn't take the shit, Plus, it's like, I just want to do my time and hopefully get out, But I don't even know if that's even possible, She always, it was just negative things about Ty and y'all, and that was another reason that kind of fueled me. But I didn't really want to do it. But I don't know, man. I was just blind. There's many things that she would tell me, bad things about him, and it wasn't even that bad. Now that I really look at it, Like she was just ungrateful. You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't seeing that. I was trying to be that I don't know, man. Just goofy, man. Really, honestly, to be honest with you.
So y'all, thinking after all that, you thought that y'all can live happily ever after that.
I could tell by the way you look, man, you want me to burn in hell, sir. And I understand that. I really hope you can forgive me. I know it's going to take forever, or you might not. But, I really hope you can.
The only thing I can say, man, I'm going to get out of here. Just, I guess for your sake, just stay in that Bible. It's the only thing going to help you.
Yeah, this is so, honestly, it
Despite
is.
this open and honest conversation,
It is what it
in
is,
August of
but hey.
2020, Jeremy
So,
decided to withdraw
I can't
his
do a
guilty
private
plea,
server right now for
claiming
some
that
reason.
his defense team's
Roblox.
advice to plead guilty was
Don't know when they're gonna fix that. That sucks. Honestly, it really sucks. But it is what it is.
The following year, in October of 2020,
I feel like
Kamaya
if
also claimed that her attorney
private server thing was working, I would have able to
unfailed
run this event
challenge the
much easier.
of her police statements.
Honestly,
She
I would
also
have.
added that her
Instead of having to
attorneys
join
failed to
server
present
server
evidence of abuse
hopping.
during her marriage,
It's terrible.
nor did they
It's really
consult
bad.
an expert
It's really
regarding
bad.
possible self-defense claim
It really
based
sucks.
on battered
Because you might be lucky to get somebody
However,
like
his
him,
request for
or
an appeal was also
sometimes you might
denied,
not
and
get anything
Kamaya's
at all.
convictions were upheld.
The thing
Kamaya
is,
Hassel is
I wish
currently
I could
serving her
macro
life
like he
sentence
says.
at the Women's Huron
I
Valley
feel macroing
Correctional
would
Facility
be the
in
best,
Ypsilanti,
but my
Maine.
units
As
aren't
for Jeremy,
high enough
he
level
is
and they're not
serving his
evil
sentence at
either.
the Bellamy Creek
I should
Correctional
be
Facility
farming
located
challenges to
in
get them
Ionia,
evil, but
Michigan.
honestly, I just don't feel like doing that right now. I don't. I really don't feel like doing that. Anyway. Alright. So what video would I want to watch? I have a 4-hour video saved and a 1-hour video saved. Let's watch a 1-hour video. And when a video ends, that's when I might end the stream.
The sun was
It's
already
like
setting, and in
2:41
front of the chair, a
a.m.
guy was standing.
Maybe
Sitting
at
on it was a curvaceous
2:30 I
girl who
might
told
just
Yan Wu
log
that her
out.
brother wanted to buy a car. The protagonist closed his eyes.
So let's full screen this. Boom. Man, I wasn't even farming. Dude, he already has Gohan. Oh my god, he already has Gohan. It's not the evil one, but he already has Gohan. 3-second cooldown. It's not. I don't think his Gohan's max yet. So 330 base. Maybe he's level 1, level 2, maybe. That's cool. Alright, so while he's doing that, I'll just stand here and farm. I want to ask him. I might be lucky, they might say yes, or they might just be silent the whole time, just leave after. It is what it is. It works. What happens, whatever happens, happens, you know? Ooh. See? There we go. So at least you responded to say I gotta get off after this. I don't wrong him, it's late. Yeah, let's just go watch this while just, keep yourself busy.
Eyes clenched the paper and revealed that he had no more money. The woman then stood up and asked what had happened to this money.
Hold up, what?
The sun was already setting, and in front of a chair, a guy was standing. Sitting on it was a curvaceous girl who told Yanmu that her brother wanted to buy a car. The protagonist closed his eyes, clenched the paper, and revealed that he had no more money.
She's gonna be like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Damn.
The woman then stood up and asked what had happened to this month's salary. She advised him to sell all the junk he had so he could give her money. But she soon noticed his pocket was empty and slapped him across the face. While Yanmu was devastated, she called him garbage and asked where he had hidden the money. He then looked at her, laughing, and said she was asking for it again. The girl grabbed a glass of water and threw it on him. What a humiliation. On the other hand, the art was really good. She then called him a loser and asked how he had the nerve to laugh. That lip of his, like a guy who had hit rock bottom, really sold it. He admitted he was trash and had no money left. Then he screamed, saying that just this month her parents had bought a
He's gonna
house and a
choose.
car with his money. Even if he
Okay.
earned $100 million a month, it wouldn't be enough for how much her family wanted to drain him dry. The woman then asked what he meant by her family and questioned whether they didn't all consider themselves the same family. She said he was cold-hearted and asked why he didn't care about the family. Yanmu laughed. He told her to go to hell with that idiotic notion of family because he was tired of them. The woman, equally unfazed, told him if that was the case, he could die 100 times over. He spread his arms and asked if she really thought he didn't have the guts. She said she'd love to see him die, but first she wanted a moment to buy some life insurance, so at least she'd get some value out of it before he went. Yanmu smiled. He said Fang Yuxu really was tough after all. He turned and ran toward the window. She shouted at him, but the guy was about to find out if he could fly. In the middle of his fall, he wondered if that was truly the end of his life.
They just wait. So he didn't have a system before to make him go back in time. I know he's gonna go back in time because he was betrayed. He goes back in time, right? So are you telling me maybe the gods? Let me just predict it. Maybe when he's about to fall, or he falls and dies, he wakes back up back in time, or while he's fallen, maybe God stops time, like Tanya the evil, and say, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna send you back in time. Like, you can get your revenge." Maybe.
Life. Then the scene shifted to July 1st, 2009. A short-haired woman asked Yanmu why he was suddenly kneeling. A blonde guy questioned if kneeling as soon as you walked in the door was a family tradition of his. That's when the protagonist seemed to regain his senses. He was surprised, wondering if he was alive. The woman, arms crossed, asked if he was going crazy. He looked up and called her Mom. Apparently in China, when you marry a woman, you start calling her mother Mom. But this one only said he could call her that if he put another 40,000 into the wedding. The guy was a
Crazy.
bit confused, wondering what kind
Typical
of dowry
China,
price
bro.
that
Typical
was.
China.
Then he remembered it had all happened
Typical
8 years
China.
ago when he proposed to Fang Yuxia. The price
This
had gone
gotta be
from
China, bro.
40,000 to 400,000.
Our typical. Let's not just say China. Typical Asian country, bro.
And she asked what he thought about that. Gradually, he got up, saying he thought a lot about it. In his past life, that wretched family had drained everything from him until he died in a pit. He then said he agreed. The so-called mother's eyes gleamed, and she asked if he was really willing to do it, but he shouted that there was no way he'd agree to such idiocy. Now that he'd been given a second chance, he wasn't about to make the same mistakes.
Alright, what are you
The
gonna
mother
choose?
asked
One
what he meant,
shield or just
questioning if he really
he's one
thought
of
her
the
daughter
passive
wasn't worth
completely
$1
out the
million.
way? I don't
Fang
wrong him.
Yuxia remained silent. Yanmu asked if the whole family had hearing or mental problems. He had already made it clear he wouldn't spend a cent on this wedding. Yuxu stood up and asked how he could do such a thing, but he replied that she should be arguing with her mother for being sold for $1 million. She made a pained expression and said it hadn't been easy for her relatives to raise her, so they deserved to ask for something. The father then wanted to know what he gained besides a loser brother who only wanted his money. The blonde idiot stood up, demanding to know who he was calling a loser. The father, mercilessly, said it was him who couldn't even earn enough to feed himself. The blonde guy went in for a big punch. But it seemed Yanmu had fought this guy in a past life and wasn't going to act the same way. He smashed the guy's head against the pavement while the mother screamed at him to let Xiaoyu go, who was supposedly family. But Yanmu responded that as long as he wasn't married, none of them were his family. He then turned around and declared that from this moment on, he had nothing to do with any of them. Fang Yuxu asked if their relationship wasn't worth any money at all. Yanmu asked if she had ever wondered how many of his relatives had worked hard to earn $500,000. In his past life, his hopeful father spent everything he had on lottery tickets and ended up winning. With that, he gave $500,000, and Yanmu gave the other half, securing the marriage. That was a man who gave his all. Yanmu then walked out the door, saying all she wanted was someone to support her family, and that someone wasn't going to be him. The next scene shows him already at the same lottery his father had won before. The prize had accumulated to over $100 million. In his past life, at this very moment, he went down and won a ticket with his father. He hoped he could clearly remember this, even though his memories were muddled from the passage of time. He then walked to the counter and said he wanted to buy a lottery ticket. The clerk informed him that the drawing would be held tonight at 9:15 p.m. That's when he glanced to the side and saw his father arriving. His father wondered if he was really seeing his son, since theoretically, he was supposed to be at Fang Yuxu's place. Yanmu noticed that his father looked completely worn out and wondered if he ever had a chance to rest. He hid so
Once again, they gotta respect fathers, man. Without fathers, you would get bratty children you see online.
his father wouldn't see him. At that moment, his father, clutching a ticket, was praying that if he won, he wouldn't have to worry about the price of his son's wedding. Yanmu swore that from this day on, his family would never suffer again. That's when the system came into play. The novice mission was to win $100 million and build his own industry. He had 24 hours to do this,
dang.
but 3 hours had already passed, leaving him with
1.8K?
only 21 hours.
4
If he failed,
seconds?
he would lose his life. The
Got
protagonist was
Demon
understandably
Broly?
confused. The next scene took him
He's-
back to
his
his home.
bro's evil.
Looking at his hand, he knew he had 21 hours left according to this system. Suddenly, he heard a voice asking what someone was doing and telling them to let go. Yanmu recognized the voice as Meng Yo's. He rushed up the stairs, calling her name and asking what was wrong. Meng Yo was a childhood friend, almost like a sister to him. In his past life, her mother had borrowed money from loan sharks, and as expected, things turned grim when they couldn't repay. Both ended up in their graves. Yanmu swore he would protect her in this life. Inside one of the rooms, 2 men were taunting her, saying she could scream all she wanted because no one would save her. One of them with an open shirt mocked her for possibly calling Yanmu, implying he was useless. In the next moment, Yanmu delivered his swift blow to the first guy. He saved her quickly. There was a punch and a hug, a spot and rescue. The blonde guy didn't even know who had hit him. Another man approached from behind, asking if Yanmu was tired of living. But Yanmu easily immobilized his arm, questioning how a gangster could be so bad at fighting. The blonde guy called him a bastard and pulled out a cutter, threatening to kill him. Yanmu, however, stated that he knew they were there for money, warning that if anyone made a move, they'd never get paid. The men questioned if he actually had money. The one in the red shirt scoffed, saying it was obvious he was dirt poor. The blonde then pointed out that the debt exceeded $500,000. Yanmu responded that he would have the money in 3 days. This time, instead of spending $500,000 on one woman, he would spend it on another. A genius move indeed. Another man reminded them of several outstanding medical debts. The blonde warned that if the due date came and they didn't have the money, Meng Yo would have to cover his debt. Yanmu declared that when he delivered the money, everyone would have to kneel and apologize to her. As they left, they mocked him, saying he should try his luck or he'd be without legs soon. The system then reminded him he had 20 hours left to complete the mission.
Yep, there we go. System. Honestly, system. There's always a system. That's why none of these shows will never see the light of day for anime. Because they're all garbage. All of them are all system this, system that. Reincarnated, revived, brought back into the past. It just gets boring. It gets really boring. And that's why fantasy now is getting a whole revival and getting more interesting and interesting than the last. Because the time for Isekai is over. That era is finally done. So glad it's over. Anyway, let's continue.
And had to act fast. His life was tied to survival points, and at the moment he had very few, so his body would begin to show symptoms. The system mentioned a real estate agency that was about to go bankrupt. While he pondered how his life was now determined by points, Meng Yao called out to him, apologizing and saying she didn't want to drag him down with her. Yanmu told her not to worry and reassured her that within 3 days, he'd ensure they apologized. But then his body reacted. His head began to throb and he felt nauseous. Meng Yao asked if he was okay, and he collapsed on the mountain. The fall was intense, and seeing him hit the ground was truly heartbreaking. He apologized, saying he was hungry and felt weak, but he quickly realized these were the adverse symptoms the system had warned about. The scene then shifted to the Fang family home. The mother asked if he had responded to her call, to which Fang Yuxi said he hadn't. The father was ready to slap her, asking how it was possible to have a daughter who couldn't even control a man. The mother told Lao Fang to lower his hand, saying there was something off about Yanmu today. The father scratched his chin, agreeing it was strange since he usually groveled at Yuxu's feet. He wondered if Yanmu had somehow gotten rich. He then told his daughter that she needed to go and win him back before another woman did. The worst thing would be for him to become rich and for her to lose her chance to be his wife. Even the mother began pushing her out of the house, telling her to go and capture that man. No sympathy here for this cursed woman, though Fang Yuxu was now questioning why Yanmu had acted so differently today. Back with our boy, Yanmu was serving some apples to Meng Yao when the doorbell rang. She said she would get it, and outside it was, of course, Fang Yuxu. As soon as she saw Yanmu, she demanded to know what was going on. Yanmu asked if he hadn't made it clear that there was nothing between them anymore, or if she was there because her snobby mother wasn't satisfied. Fang Yuxu, however, shouted that it was impossible and wanted to know if he was interested in someone else or if he changed his mind just because they raised the wedding price. Yanmu told her to give up, that anything between them was completely impossible. He said that out of whatever bond they once had, he'd give her some advice. She should leave that house as soon as possible and live more freely. She ignored him, turned around, called him a delicate son of a mother, and swore he would regret it. Meng Yao stood there, confused, not understanding what was happening. As far as she remembered, they were close, so how had things turned this way? Yanmu told her to stay at his place for now because he had to leave for a trip. He muttered to himself that he didn't care about that stupid relationship, and that it was time to explore the available businesses in the city. Out on Jiangxing Street, people were talking about the lottery drawing. Apparently, fortune fever was running wild in China. His father was there, saying all he wanted was for his son to buy a house and get married. Yanmu was hiding carefully. He didn't want anyone to know he was about to win. While watching the news, he noticed a real estate company called Fidelidade that seemed like a promising place to invest. He already knew that in the future, this company would become massive, but right now, they were facing serious challenges. If he took control of the company, he could potentially become extremely wealthy within a few years. He decided that this would be his first investment. The scene shifted to the Fidelidade real estate company the next day
It's
at
level
9:20
2, so I'm not sure how
The
much
place
you can
already
do.
looked like it had declared bankruptcy, and there
So
were
I'm not
people
sure if I'm
shouting
gonna
at the
win.
entrance. The system reminded him that his
So I'm gonna
survival
just
chances
be
were low
careful.
and he had little time left to complete the mission.
Alright, so I just gotta be real careful with this dude. I just make sure to always select. Yeah, he's level 2, so I don't know what kind of units he have. I just gotta lock in, I guess. Oh boy, this is risky. Really risky, because now I might have to solo. But this guy's level 2. I don't know what this guy has. Alright, so let's see. Can Goku drop? Come on. I might just have to drop Goku here. No. Oh, shucks. I should have waited. I should have dropped her. Alright. Okay, not bad. Not bad. His demon on him. Okay. Let's drop you. Nah, I can't drop him. Shucks.
Fortunately, he had to visit the bank to collect his lottery winnings, which delayed him. A man in a yellow helmet walked by mentioning he was bringing a banner. Yanmu asked why everyone was there, and they explained they hadn't been paid for half a year. Yanmu said it was common for payments from construction companies to be a little late, just a little 6 months. However, another person said that usually they could pay at the end, but in this case, the company's boss had fled, leaving the business deep in debt. Clearly, they wouldn't have any money to pay anyone, so they needed some way to get something. Yanmu, though, seemed excited, asking if the boss really had run away. The man confirmed, saying it was information from the top employees of the company. Yanmu left excitedly, thanking the guy. His time was limited, but at least his chances of achieving his goal were increasing. In front of a black
Why is
car,
the hill
people
so
held up
far
signs
away?
demanding payment before leaving.
Why
The
are they
company
calling
called
this a hill
Fuda
if you
had
can't
Kong
place
Ru,
nothing
a
there?
40-year-old man
It's just
wearing
so
glasses
dumb.
as its former owner. A bald man named Libio, serving as his bodyguard, muttered that the dogs were going crazy. He asked Kong why he didn't just hire people to deal with the mess, but Kong replied that letting them bark was better than inviting more trouble. At that moment, Yanmu knocked on the window, startling the bald man. He had 25 minutes left to complete his mission. Yanmu opened the car door and entered. He introduced himself to Kong Ru, saying he was there to talk business. The bald man grabbed him by the collar, asking if he really wanted to die. Yanmu calmly stated that he had information that could prevent Kong Ru from spending the rest of his life behind bars. The boss told him to forget about money since he didn't have the means to pay anyone. But then Yanmu revealed that he was there to give money. He offered to assume all the company's debts, including overdue wages, but in return, he wanted ownership of the Fuda real estate company. Kong questioned if Yanmu understood the value he was talking about since they owed a lot, especially to unpaid employees. Yanmu, with just 10 minutes left on the system's clock, said he'd take it all. Kong said he wouldn't even start talking for less than 50 million. Yanmu agreed to the amount. Suddenly, Kong shouted, asking why this kid who barely had facial hair was raising his voice. The bodyguard told him to stop making up numbers. Yan Mu silenced him with a swift blow to the throat. Kong was shocked that this kid
Nah, bro. Like, seriously? You're telling me that all of a sudden this man... Okay, alright.
kid had taken down his bodyguard. He told the bald man to hold back and asked Yan Mu not to waste his time if he didn't have the money to pay employees. Yan Mu insisted he take the land and debts for $50 million and pay immediately. He knew Kong Ru was desperate to escape, and acquiring as much land as possible in the city was his goal. Yan Mu demanded everything Kong had in his name in the area. Kong asked if he was trying to make a fool of him. For the boss, getting rid of those properties was urgent. Yan Mu reassured him it was no joke and asked him to name his price. With just 5 minutes left on the system timer, the boss questioned if Yan Mu was serious, while the bald bodyguard thought he was insane. The system warned him again that with 3 minutes remaining, his senses would begin to shut down. Yan Mu confirmed he was serious and asked if the boss had made a decision. He was determined to buy the Fuda company, no matter what happened. The boss then said that if he had at least $20 million right then, they could make the transfer, and he could pay the rest later. The problem was that Yan Mu's hearing had already failed. While it seemed like a foolish situation, Yan Mu cleverly deduced from the boss's mouth movements and gestures that he was likely asking for around $20 million. Kong Ru instructed Li Biao to handle the transfer to Mr. Yan. The countdown continued with only 10 seconds remaining. Yan Mu's vision was fading, and he needed to finalize the deal by pressing his fingerprint. With 6 seconds left and then 4 seconds, the transaction succeeded. However, Yan Mu collapsed at the bank, questioning why the system hadn't announced the mission's completion. His energy was still being drained, and he felt death was imminent. At that moment, the system finally congratulated him, awarding him 13 survival points. Yan Mu didn't celebrate, he was simply relieved to be alive. The system explained that survival points could be used in the system's store or to extend his life. Meanwhile, the commotion erupted as someone shouted at Kong Ru. A man in front asked Yan Mu if he was okay. Yan Mu confirmed and told Kong Ru to use the money to pay the workers as soon as possible. Kong Ru instructed the man to inform everyone outside that they would be paid by the evening. The announcement was made through the sunroof, but the skeptical crowd doubted that months of overdue payments would suddenly be resolved. One of them said that if they weren't paid, they'd return to put an end to it for good. The bald bodyguard asked what their next step would be, and Kong Ru suggested returning with Yan Mu to strategize. The scene shifted to the real estate office, where the former president brought documents for Yan Mu to review. Yan Mu dismissed the old plans and marked certain areas on a map. He pointed out specific lands to purchase and others to leave untouched. Kong Ru complained that one of the areas Yan Mu wanted to buy was isolated and abandoned, calling it a waste of money. Yan Mu, however, insisted it was the perfect spot for future development as new schools and buildings would soon emerge there, making it ideal for a commercial district. Yan Mu elaborated, saying they would build an entire shopping complex, including shops, a hotel, and more with a unique design that met safety standards. Kong Ru agreed to handle it and was told by Yan Mu that good work would always be rewarded. Kong then invited Yan Mu to an upcoming investment meeting. The scene shifted to the Jingping Hotel, where Yan Mu inquired about the investment event. He glanced back and was surprised to see Fang Yuxu there wearing a revealing dress. A chubby man beside her blushed, saying he hadn't expected her to look so stunning. Fang Yuxu appeared annoyed, as he was the only man willing to pay the exorbitant wedding price. The man pulled her aside, asking if she was distracted. It was then that she noticed Yan Mu. They exchanged looks but said nothing. The blonde-haired man sensed they might know each other. Yan Mu reflected on how quickly Fang Yuxu had moved on and dismissed any concern. It was none of his business. However, when the blonde man bumped into him on purpose, Yan Mu asked what he thought he was doing. The man accused Yan Mu of standing in the way and jabbed a finger at his chest, questioning if someone as poor as him even knew where he was. Yan Mu mocked the man for his appearance, but the blonde man demanded to know if Yan Mu had any idea who he was and whether he really wanted to pick a fight in front of the girl. Ignoring him, Yan Mu asked Fang Yuxu about her relationship with this man, to which she replied that it had nothing to do with him. The blonde man walked away, taunting Yan Mu for dreaming he'd ever have a woman like Fang Yuxu. Yan Mu reflected that he had once thought Fang Yuxu was a simple and kind girl and believed the problem was her family, but it seemed he was wrong, and this realization allowed him to finally let go. The scene shifted to the investment reception. The system assigned Yan Mu a mission to invest in one of the businesses present to earn 10 more points. Yan Mu knew this would be challenging, given the people in attendance. A security guard blocked his entrance, asking if he knew where he was going. Yan Mu asked if this wasn't the investment reception. The guard sneered, telling him to leave because the event was for people planning to spend millions. Yan Mu ignored all of it and simply stated that he was also there to make some investments. However, the security guard mocked him, asking what kind of investor walked around in janitor clothes. Yan Mu was not pleased by being judged based on his attire. At that moment, the blonde-haired man appeared and asked if Yanmu was following them. The guard laughed, saying that this kid really seemed lost and was even claiming he was there to invest. The chubby man chimed in, saying that Yanmu needed to learn to invest in himself first. He placed a hand on Yanmu's shoulder, condescendingly remarking that he had energy but couldn't waste it by just chasing after women. He said there was no use in Yanmu getting angry since that beauty would stay in his arms. Yanmu was about to walk past, but the guard blocked him again. At that moment, the chubby man noticed something and mentioned that Brother Kong had finally arrived. Yanmu glanced at Fang Yuxue and asked if she was doing this for money. She claimed it had nothing to do with him, but he pressed further, asking if she was truly willing to do anything for money and degrade herself in such a way. She remained silent and he turned away. Meanwhile, the chubby man asked Kong if his company had recently been acquired. Kong confirmed, and the chubby man mentioned that he too was looking to sell his business, though times were tough. As they spoke, Kong noticed someone else and excused himself, saying he had another person to speak to. He approached Yanmu. The chubby man, now puzzled, wondered why Kong Ru was addressing the young man as Mr. Yan.
So, honestly, there's so many of these copy and paste shows. So many. But hey, it's not bad.
Fang Yuxu, watching from the sidelines, was equally curious. Mr. Ma, the chubby man, asked Kong if he had lost his mind by calling such a young man his boss. Kong clarified that they were misunderstanding. Mr. Yanmu was indeed the new owner of Fuda. The chubby man was shocked, asking if this was the person who had recently bought the company. Kong confirmed it. Immediately, Meidong turned to Yanmu, apologizing profusely for his previous behavior. He claimed it was all just a joke, that he didn't know Yanmu's identity, and begged for forgiveness, promising to do whatever was asked of him. Yanmu turned to him and asked if he was Mr. Meidong. Meidong confirmed, and Yanmu coldly told him to leave. Naturally, Meidong left fuming, muttering that Yanmu would pay for this humiliation. Once inside the event, Kong Rui asked if Yanmu had any particular investments in mind. Yanmu replied that he hadn't decided yet and needed to look around, knowing that the best options were likely already taken. That's when he noticed a booth for a company called Nebula, which would become highly influential in the internet industry. The representative handed him a card, explaining that they would be producing wireless routers. Yanmu recognized the man as Zhang Penju, the company's founder. Seeing him working so hard now made it clear why Nebula became so successful in the future. Kong advised against investing, claiming it was a foreign company with little value in the local market. Others agreed, dismissing the idea of internet routers as a distant prospect, not worth investing in yet. Penju insisted that routers were the future, with wireless signals soon becoming essential worldwide. The others scoffed, saying only an idiot would invest in something like that. They argued that such a business shouldn't even qualify for investment opportunities. That's when Yanmu pulled out a card and announced he would invest $15 million in the company. Penju, sweating nervously, asked if he was serious. Yanmu confirmed, saying he was optimistic about their future, confident that with the growth of the internet, Nebula would become a major force. Out of nowhere, Meidong appeared again, shouting for everyone not to listen to Yanmu, calling him a beggar spouting nonsense. He was about to insult Yanmu when Kong stepped in, warning Meidong to be quiet since they were friends, but this would be his last warning. Suddenly, Meidong revealed Kong's plans to abandon the company and leave everyone unpaid. The other investors started whispering, calling Kong untrustworthy. Meidong sneered, saying Kong would be smarter not to be the dog of this kid. Kong began to protest, but Yanmu cut him off, asking Meidong if he truly thought he didn't have $15 million to invest. Meidong arrogantly confirmed, saying he could spot a liar
Alright, we got to
easily,
wave
especially
25,
one as
so
poor as Yanmu.
we're good.
Yanmu
Even if we
challenged
lose,
him
we're
to a
good.
bet. If
It
he
just
could produce
sucks
the
I
$15 million to
won't get
invest,
Gohan from it
Meidong would have to
because I
kneel
can't kill the
publicly,
boss.
apologize,
But
and
hey,
slap
it is
himself
what it
3
is.
times. Meidong hesitated, sure Yanmu had no money, but worried about the consequences if he did. Just then, someone interrupted, saying that Mr. Mei was ruining the fun for everyone. It was Tang Ning, the second son of the Tang family, a significant figure, judging by Meidong's trembling reaction. Yanmu knew the Tang family produced materials essential for Nebula's equipment. Since he wants to invest in those guys, it would be perfect if he could get closer to
Just got quiet all of a sudden.
them. Tang Ning asks what's going on, and Meidong says fine then, as he's looking around closer to them. Essential for Nebula's equipment.
Yeah.
Since he wants to invest in
It
those
just went
guys,
down. Why did it get
perfect
so
if he could
low?
get closer to them. Tang Ning asks. Meidong says fine then, they'll make the bet. Sure, he should just disappear before he embarrasses himself. She thinks to herself that this supposed fortune he seems to have is clearly a lie. Meidong grabs Fang Yuxue and tells our
Why is it so
to stop
quiet all of a
pretending and
sudden?
just admit he lost the bet. However, it turns out the guy is just messing around. He dramatically pulls out the card out of nowhere. He turns to Penju and says that if he agrees to the deal, he'll make the investment right now. The president obviously agrees and says he'll go get the machine, thinking that despite his shabby appearance, This guy is reliable. Just then, Megdong intervened, ridiculing Yan Mu as a beggar and snatching his card, showing everyone it was a basic card. He mocked Yan Mu for lacking a special card if he had such wealth. Yan Mu took back the card, stating they'd soon see who had money. The transaction was initiated, but the machine showed insufficient funds. Megdong laughed, calling Yan Mu a fraud. Yan Mu, confused, couldn't understand why his funds were inaccessible. Kong wondered what to do next, and Penju, sensing something was wrong, believed Yan Mu wasn't lying. Madame pretended to be magnanimous, suggesting he forgive Yan Mu and wouldn't demand he kneel. But Tang Ming intervened, asserting that bets must be honored. Kong protested, saying banking errors were possible. Meidong, growing impatient, demanded Yan Mu settle the bet. Yan Mu declared that Meidong feared he truly had money and wanted to escape. Meidong scoffed, claiming he had nothing to fear from a child. He ordered security to force Yan Mu to kneel if he didn't comply. Yan Mu calmly said it was too soon to conclude anything. As tensions rose, Yan Mu disappeared in a blur, taking down 2 guards instantly. Fang Yuxu was stunned, unable to comprehend Yan Mu's newfound combat skills. Even Tang Ming was amazed by how quickly Yan Mu dispatched the guards. Bank officials approached, but Meidong dismissed them. Tang Ning insisted the matter be resolved. As the account balance was checked, Meidong mocked the notion of Yan Mu having 50 million. Yan Mu confirmed he did, explaining his funds were temporarily frozen pending verification. Once cleared, he received
I lost
a
another
higher
one.
tier card. The news
It
stunned
sucks.
Fang
I
Yuxi
can't
and
join
Meidong. Yan Mu
private
asked if
servers. I can't join private servers at all. It just sucks. It just honestly really sucks. Roblox is just. At this point, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go to bed because I can't grind this by myself. It does honestly. It doesn't matter. I don't want to make this guy think that because I haven't moved any unit. So I just want him to get the shocked. So let me go here and just show him that he's going to get even stronger after you kill it. So come on. And the lag. Okay. Yep. And of course my game lags. Yep. Of course the game lags. Of course the game lags. Look how long it takes for it to lag. Oh my god. Okay. Back to lobby. Man, that sucks, honestly. That really, really sucks. It sucks that I can't join private servers and I can't do anything about it. There's so many high-level players, but they all just stand around like NPCs. Like, this is so annoying. Like, why stand there? I know there must be rolling and stuff, but shucks. That's all I can buy. We're going in here? Okay. And they're gone. Yep. Honestly, it really sucks doing this. Well, don't know what to do now. Let me see if challenges work. Anyone in challenges? Nope, nobody in challenges. And the Discord server doesn't have challenges either, so you can't even join private servers. Game, great. Discord server sucks. The Discord server is an L, I'm not gonna lie. It's a big L. Unlike Anime Reborn, unlike Anime Last Stand, Anime Defenders, and those other games, this one, the game's good, but the Discord server is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, so I'm just gonna end the stream now because I don't feel like grinding anymore. Oh, I got 8 capsules. Let's see what I get. Nope, got absolutely nothing. Yep, got nothing. Alright. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Yeah, stream was a big L, not gonna lie. Big L. Didn't get anything from the cubes. Don't feel like grinding anymore. Can't join private servers. So right now I feel like I'm limited in grinding. I have to grind up my units, try to level them up, and try to evo them off camera, I guess. So that's pretty much everything. Thank you guys for, even watching the replay. And yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.